Yo yo lay yo.
They were
Yo lay yo lay yo.
Men drinking me over the overflow.
We've got the Swiss border on top of that, and then right underneath it is the Italian flag. We're right on the border of Switzerland and Italy. We're here in Lake Como. It's really pretty. It's beautiful. We accidentally missed the turn. We are on what I think is the east side of the lake, and if you take the main highway, it's literally all tunnels. Do not recommend, if you're on the scenic route, go on what I believe is the west side of the lake. I think it's more squiggly, it takes a little bit longer, and then you'll get a good view. But now we're gonna go on the scenic route on this side of the lake, and it's nice because that side's lit up with the sun and this side's in the shade. So it's kind of worked out good. Yeah, we got to see from that side at night, so now we're doing it this way. Gonna mosey on our way down and then have lunch in Como. Doing a potty break at a train station, so while you're driving through Como or Lake Como, if you need a potty break, go to a train station. Totally works. Public, not the cleanest. Bring Kleenex and hand sanitizer, but it's fine. Colder here than we realized, but we're in Como now. We're gonna have some lunch, and we just passed a little flea market, and they have the cutest stuff for very affordable, so we'll probably go back there on the way to the car. But in the meantime, we're gonna get some lunch. We just hit the flea market. Mom got a fur. She was inspired from our time in St. Moritz earlier. And I got a super cute like baby blue sweater. She got it for me. Thanks, Mom. And it's gonna be perfect for spring. Yeah, I'm excited.
My love is
It comes with a cost.
limited.
Limited budget, love. Appreciate it. We don't have bacon cheese. Look at this one. This one has a hash brown with bacon and chicken. We don't have anything like that. Look at that. This one's a hamburger in a wrap. I'm showing Mr. Jimmy that. The McDonald's in Europe all have different things. It's kind of fascinating. Kind of fun. Like, what even is that stuff?
Well, they got McFlurries.
What do you think? Weird?
I think they screwed up.
My mother-in-law and my regular mom they surprised me with, we have matching for hats. The flea market was really fun. We're done with Como and we are off
Let's get in here
to Milan to go to the Duomo.
Wait, I gotta put the socks.
Look like a Russian girl. My fuzzy. But the moms decked me out. I love it. Very warm. We're in Milan now. Kind of a disaster driving. Do not recommend renting a car and driving into Milan. Parking was terrible. I didn't think about it because Milan is equivalent to Paris and New York. And you would not rent a car and drive around in those cities, so why did I think it was a good idea to do this here? Anyways, we found a parking spot. I think it will be fine, I don't know. It was like almost a mile from where we wanted to go, so could have been worse. And now we're going to the Duomo.
Spots.
But I do have to say,
I'll say no parking.
don't recommend renting a car. I don't love renting a car when we travel. I like to take public transportation way better. So, just food for thought. Really weigh your options. It's all good. We're rolling now. Gotta find one more cannoli before we go. I need a cannoli.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a dolcino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a dolcino d'amor. Non più avrai questi bei panacchini.
There are two bars behind me in front of the Duomo. One's called Apriol like Terrace and the other one's Duomo 21. And I guess you can go up there and you get free tables or make a reservation and watch the sunset. I guess the sunset's behind the Duomo and it's like incredible. So be sure to check that out if you're here during sunset. We didn't make it, we're here at night, but luckily they light it up and so it doesn't really matter. It's really beautiful. It's crazy. Mom's doing a business call in front of the Duomo in Milan. Yeah. Bye to the Duomo. We're gonna walk around Milan a little bit. I'm getting very sleepy. Yeah, I know. I feel like Vegas the Venetian got their idea from this place here. All the shops. I feel like it's illegal to come to Italy, not get gelato, no matter how cold it is. Okay, so we were supposed to leave Milan and in the morning do a connecting flight from Milan to Frankfurt, Frankfurt to San Francisco. But our flight out of Milan, after kind of a hot mess of a night after we left the Duomo, could not find our hotel. We were driving around the back roads of Italy and we were so lost. And the check-in time ended at like 11:30 p.m. and we almost missed our check-in time. It was craziness. So we finally made it to our hotel. Then the next morning we had to go and fill up our car with gas, which there was 2 gas stations right down the road right before the airport. So we tried to go to that, but neither of them would take any of our cards. And so that was a hot mess in itself. So then we finally made it to the airport. We had to drop Chase off at the bus because he took the train from Milan to Innsbruck because he's finishing up his bobsled races there, the last of the European Cup. And then it took us forever at the Milan airport to find the car rental drop. So just give yourself extra time if you're ever in Milan doing car rental. It was a stressful end. So anyways, we're in Milan and our flight gets delayed and we end up missing our connecting flight. So we were stuck in Frankfurt last night and that is what we're doing now. We are about to head to the airport in Frankfurt to make our way to San Francisco to finally make it home. But I kind of just left it cut off right there. And so that's kind of what the last 24 hours has been like for us, so we're gonna try to leave Europe for the second time today. Luckily, Lufthansa, whose fault it was that we missed our connecting flight, they put us up in a hotel with free train tickets and free breakfast, free dinner, all of that. So yeah, now let's try to escape Europe so we can go home. But maybe this is a sign that we should stay here with Chase and not leave him behind. No, I don't know. Anyways, that's what we're doing. So let's try to make it out of Europe. We were really bad travelers last night though. We were just so wiped out, so we didn't get to check out Frankfurt at all. We're not even in Frankfurt. We're in a little town outside of Frankfurt called like Offenbach. But I'm sure that there are cool treasures and like beer gardens and places to get pretzels and brats. But I don't think anybody had it in them to do that yesterday. We all went to bed at 8 p.m. and slept until like 8:30 this morning. So that tells you anything about how like worn out we were. Because leaving St. Moritz into Italy was a long day in itself. And then the travel day that that didn't was a long day too. So we failed a little bit in Frankfurt. All right, let's get out of here.
There's some stories I missed.
Hello. Hi. That was good. Good timing. Perfect.
It's already down bottom.
Leaving the Sheraton. It's a great place for us to stay. I'm sad we didn't get to experience Germany at all and show everyone that. But, well, got a good night's sleep. That's important too. Made it to the airport after the train. Now let's try to make it home. We're headed home. Let's go to America. Mr. Jimmy's having a hard time because he doesn't have wheels. Wheels are important, especially if you have to take the trains. We gotta check our bags. Should be for free because we already paid for them. And then go to our gate. Then take a deep breath when we get on that plane, go home. Do you have a favorite meal?
I didn't have a favorite meal.
The kebab. He likes the kebab.
I had the kebab.
He likes the kebab.
It was all by itself, above everything, by far. Now I want one.
My favorite meal was the pumpkin pizza in Milan, the first night.
What about the
like
cannoli?
The cannoli
pizza was
too.
good, and the cannoli
He ate
was,
half of mine. I think we should go
cannoli
back.
was legit.
We almost went back
cannoli.
for the Last Supper. We almost went back to that
The cannoli
place.
was good.
First pizza, the cannoli, and the kebab.
The kebab. I think my funniest point was going down the water slide with Penny. That I couldn't even breathe. I was laughing so hard
I
to
just
think
tried
about
to
it.
survive. Chase headbutted me.
He did. We wiped out.
What was your favorite part, Mom?
Definitely being at the Olympic Bob sled run area, watching Chase with our USA hat on, rooting for the good old USA.
Representing.
It was cool. It's like nothing I've ever been a part of.
What was your favorite meal?
Like any of them.
The fondue.
Penny loves a good fondue. If you want to get her anything, get her.
This is my favorite meal. Breakfast in for airport on our way back to the States. This is what day 7 happened. This is what happens after day 7. No. I love the cannoli. That was delish.
We had good cappuccinos. I loved our cappuccinos. When you guys were
Yes,
going down,
Switzerland
the
really knows
toboggan,
how to
The
cappuccino.
cappuccinos were
Yeah.
by far the best. The cappuccinos were great.
I just love that little town that
We
the
still did.
Olympic Bob Run was in.
I thought that was adorable. I think just being at the bobsled, having that whole environment, that was super fun.
I loved when we went sledding for one.
Yeah.
That was like top of the list. Of course, Mom's gone wild on the water slide.
Who would have thought we would have been in a water slide?
The fact that I was so easily able to talk you into that, I was impressed.
You're like, Mom's gone wild. I'm like, all right, dive in the Finny.
Come on, let's go.
I did not. I put my foot down on the toboggan. I was like, I don't want to go home in a cast.
I'm glad you did.
Probably
And
smart.
if
It
you
was
see
really
the
crazy.
bruises on her butt, you will understand why I did not go with her.
It's true. The toboggan was
It was a
awesome.
good trip though, huh?
Honestly,
It was awesome.
going up there, it was breathtaking. The views, oh my gosh.
My favorite part was tobogganing, for sure. 10 out of 10 during the sunset. My most favorite thing in the entire world I think I've ever done. Chase and I agreed that made the trip so much worth it. And my favorite meal was definitely the cannoli the first night. Plus, I get to eat bread over here, so anytime I'm in Europe, it is just a treat for me. I loved cappuccinos in Switzerland. They do it differently there. I've tried them now in Germany and Italy on this trip, and they're not as good as Switzerland. So the Swiss know how to make a delicious cappuccino. And the chocolate croissants, can't go wrong. But that cannoli the first night was just magnifique. We did not crush the food game in Switzerland, but we tried. We went to nice restaurants. We got the traditional cuisine. We got the recommendations. But, oh, a really fun meal we did have though. One last thing. At the bobsled track, there's something called the horseshoe turn. I showed it in my video. I think we'll make it home. This plane can take off and land. We'll be back in the States. Let's go.